Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Let's see here. Give everyone a few seconds actually. It's kind of funny how we had everything so ready to go for so long before then, and then just seems like actually starting the show took forever. Anyway though, let's see here. Are we actually... Are we good? Yeah. Okay, because my screen's saying no data. Mr. Bishop is here. Hello, Sean. My big buddy here, Jesus, has decided to come back and join us once again.
Yeah, I decided to leave my cave.
Kobold's Corner is here. The Bishop's over in the corner. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You put the sunglasses on and just put your hand in the front of the camera instead of just getting over there.
Well, I don't get to show my face, I guess.
Well, we don't want to break the camera.
True. Well, that's why I was putting on the glasses.
Oh, yeah, babe. Hi, Mom. So, we're continuing our celebration of the Halloween season, the Halloween festivities, with a really kind of tough one to approach, actually. We're talking about witches tonight. And I said it's a very tough thing to approach because witch itself is a really broad term. I mean, everything under the sun has been called a witch. All through history, all through time. I mean, and that's not even touching on to the very controversial, touchy subject of, religions like Wicca and so on that we're not going to talk about tonight. The Bishop is melting into the floor.
You do this so they don't notice that I do it, but you always...
Well, you're making so much noise. I'm pretty sure they hear you in China.
Sure, this dog asked me to hand it to you, man. I would have thrown it at you, but...
Your dad says that's a good place for you to be, by the way.
What, China?
Melting into the floor, I guess. I don't know. It's so weird. Hi, Dad. All right, but anyway, like I said, witches are very strange. They're all over the board, and they've been described as different things, different ways. Now, of course, the Halloween witch, what we're talking about, is a very distinctive form. It's, the bent-over, green-skinned, big-nosed crone with the cauldron and all that stuff.
Give me your children.
Who likes to bake children into pies and so on and all that kind of weird stuff. But when I was thinking of, what am I going to talk about with this show, I decided we're going to find the source of this weird stuff. What is a witch? Where do they come from? But before we do that, before we get into that whole mess and span time and space, which we're very good at doing here, especially with certain people who can't stay out of West Virginia.
Hey, I got friends that live over there.
If they live in West Virginia, then they're not your friends.
And technically, they're not even in West Virginia. They're in Virginia.
Okay, that's slightly better.
I did have to drive through West Virginia at one point. But nothing happened.
That you recall.
Do you have both your kidneys still?
I'm still drinking like I usually do, so yeah.
You hope is the answer. Anyway, though, but before we get into all that stuff, we have a very special, I guess it's kind of a sponsor. Would you say they're a sponsor? Sort of a sponsor. We have a sponsor, the Black Lily, who you can contact through the email that we just put up here, blacklily, 1L, 1313 at yahoo.com. You can also get in touch with them on Facebook with the Black Lily. No, that's the right spelling.
BKACK.
Oh, yeah, my bad. That was a mistake. I thought you were about the lily part.
No, I apologize. I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
Our bad. But anyway, so the Black Lily, they make and sell these little cursed boxes. Now, a few episodes ago, you might remember I opened a Dybbuk box. That was really fun. I'm actually surprised I opened that and I didn't manage to prick my fingers on that voodoo doll. I'm sincerely surprised by that. But anyway, and my big buddy here is going to help me unbox them for a very specific reason. And I didn't tell you this before, so don't be mad at me. But see, here's the thing. Halloween is like the Christmas for my family. We get gifts, we do stuff like that. And I remembered when I opened up the Dybbuk box, I was joking with the bishop, saying that if there was anybody I knew who would probably like having a demon in a box, it would be Jeebus. And that's why I pulled a bit of a favor with our friend over at Black Lily. And I got you your very own demon in a box.
He's not going to like my house.
Well, what do you say? Let's crack these babies open, huh? I am very excited. Let's see here. Oh, hey, they have little business cards. Little business cards.
Side.
Yep. Come on.
I like the business card.
Evil inside. Warning. Do not open. Oh, you got a little warning too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mine has these. Wow.
And
Oh no, did they lose something? Okay, no.
No,
You want to zoom in on that, Bishop, real quick?
yeah.
Mine has these, like, they look kind of burned in or scratched in claw marks. What's yours look like?
Mine has an eyeball.
Ooh, like tentacles and stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on, here. Hold on.
Reminds me of the old great one.
The great old ones. Yeah. I really need to do. Alrighty. So, now to be fair, the last one that we got was kind of a prototype, but we had to actually cut the string. But I'm going to try and not cut it this time. Of course, the bishop just goes for a knife.
I have a knife in my pocket.
You can pull it out.
You think you know a guy. Don't tell him to pull it out on this show. This is a family show, for crying out loud.
You know me how long
say
you
it
actually.
right. You gotta say you gotta whip it out.
Be quiet.
Yeah.
Both of you.
See, I was just about to offer. I'll throw it.
Yeah, it comes with a little warning label. Evil inside. Do not open. Alright. So I got my string off. Did you get yours off?
Yeah.
This is some nice little string, too.
I like the eyeball.
And before we go further on here, before we actually crack them open, these are actually all made by hand. These are not like, you know, like something from the dollar store or things like that. These are, you know, actually handcrafted to be custom, unique. I hate to break your hearts if you really like one of our boxes. No two boxes are the same. They are each unique mystery boxes. So you never know what you're actually going to get when you order one. So, be jealous, I guess, if you really like mine or Jesus's, but...
Shiny.
Oh, what? It's shiny?
Glittery.
Glitter.
Yeah, like if you look at it at the light and like over here.
Oh, hey, yeah, it is kind of shiny. That's cool. But okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2,
Two.
3. Ooh, this like can fit. Oh! Very funny, Mom. There's a little spider in the corner that actually kind of startled me.
I smell coffee.
It does kind of smell. It does
I
kind of.
like that.
I would say mine kind of smells like an old barn,
I can
and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. I like that smell.
You can imagine the demon just having to drink coffee, just like, all right, I gotta go try to bother this guy. Where's my cup of coffee?
Let's see here. We got. I have a lucky little rabbit's foot. This is like literally a little lucky charm. It's got a rabbit's foot, a four-leaf clover, a key, a horseshoe. What do you got?
I'm still fascinated by this skull. I really like it.
Oh! That's got a good weight to it. Can you... This is, it's a pretty little crystal skull thing.
And I'm actually... This will go great with Remember when we went to the that convention?
The Curiosities and Oddities.
Yeah, I bought a small green one.
Yeah.
Put it right next to that one actually.
Mine is I got one too actually. Mine's clear.
I got a lucky rabbit's foot.
Yeah, you get a lucky charm. Okay, now the really unique thing, the really special thing here is that each box has a unique story about like how did it become cursed or something about it that you can hold on. So I'm going to put my box down real quick.
It's a really good paper too.
I was going to say this actually feels like really nice. I think it's only fair I give you a heads up on what's going on here. You see, my uncle is something of a repo man. He gets all kinds of stuff from his job, and being the kind uncle he is, he throws all the junk my way. What a loving uncle.
Something I would do.
You know what's funny is I read that out loud, and now I think I have not sent like a care package or goodie bag to my nephews or my niece in a really long time. I need to get on that. Anyway, though. But this is something a little worse than some trashy posters. You would know about that, wouldn't you?
Hey.
Hey, I'm not the one who has a drinking glass that we can't show on the show.
It's called anime and it's art.
Anyway, ever since I got this sketchy ring, nothing has been going right for me. All my stuff is getting trashed, and I am waking up in random places. I needed to pawn it off any chump I could find. You ever see the old Looney Tunes where someone's face just turns into a bottle of dope or a sucker or something like that? That's how I feel suddenly. Ever since I could find. And you took the bait. I'm sorry, but it had to be done. Well, good luck with this. I'm sure you'll be sorry. This was the note I received when I got this piece from Romeo Wolfman Nodi. He was right about the misfortune this ring carries, and I'm afraid it is your burden now. I had the courtesy to add some good luck charms that should keep you safe for a while. Blessed be the Black Lily. I've been hornswoggled. What's your story?
You've been I'm not big on reading out loud, so if you want to read it, you're more than welcome.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Hey, there's no shame here. Oh, this is some weird writing. This is a weird font. There is an ancient story, almost forgotten to time, that you must hear. In the far ancient lands of Mesopotamia, one of my favorite ancient cultures, by the way, there was once a demon who roamed the fertile crescent, spreading doom wherever he walked. Utu, destroyer of men and thief of treasures. You would know your time was up as you could hear him coming. The clanking and jangling coming from his armor covered in treasure that he had stolen. When it came time for the city of Uruk to face him, the priests set in motion a plan to stop him. Inside Gilgamesh's vault, they placed a ring so beautiful and tempting that Utu wouldn't be able to resist wearing it for himself. And he fell for this trap, for the ring was blessed by the Mesopotamian gods. The ring sealed Utu, but it became cursed with his power. Now, after many centuries, it is in your hands. I have tried my best to aid you in sealing it with charms, but these simple tricks will not last. Keep Utu bound to this ring, or humanity will re-enter dreadful times. Blessed be the Black Lily.
I'm gonna let him out, and he's gonna be my best friend.
The destroyer of men and thief of treasures. Now, what's interesting is that there's a box in a box here. There's this little. Ooh,
No.
this kind of feels like it has weight
Now,
to it.
is there a box within the box within the box?
Well, we ready to find out?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, hello. Holy guacamole. This is a really nice ring. And it fraggin' fits. Check that out. It's got a wolf head on it and like Norse runes.
Hold it back up.
Can we?
I got a pinky ring now.
Hold it up, man. Hold on, come on.
Here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Alright.
You're closer towards the camera, so.
It's got an eye. It's like all veiny and stuff. That is really freaking cool. Wow.
I like the color of the eye.
Oh, that really pretty kind of amber color.
Yeah.
So the last ring I got from the Dybbuk box, it barely fits my pinky, but this one is like actually really perfect. And it was funny because I was saying just the other day, I like rings. I hate that whole concept of like, well, jewelry's for girls.
Jewelry is for anyone who is comfortable wearing it, along with anything else. If you think you are comfortable wearing it, you look good in it, doesn't matter what anybody else says, you do you.
Not really, no. I agree. I agree. And like, no, this is a good ring. This is not budging on me. Plus, it's really cool. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is a lot nicer ring that I was. Well, first of all, I wasn't really expecting a ring at all. But
To be honest with you, yeah.
It's the eye of the demon trapped inside.
Utu,
Well,
Utu,
He's my best friend now,
Utu.
so we're besties for resties.
BFFs forever.
Yeah, but you know, I'm looking at this
You have a spider in yours too?
up in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, startled me actually because I wasn't expecting that. You
I
know,
think it's a nice touch.
I agree, and it works perfectly because it holds the little story that goes with it right there in the corner. And I'm looking at it, and you know what I think? So I know not everyone does this, but some people will collect like, you know, trinkets and curiosities and little things like that. If you have a friend who's into that sort of thing, these are great because I mean, now again, no two things are going to be exactly the same. Like we both got rabbit's feet and skulls, but there's no guarantee of anything that'll be in a box that you get. But this seems like a good if you want to start a collection like that, you know. Mine's clear. Oh. Oh no.
Sorry. I have butterfingers.
It's okay. Got a rabbit's foot with a bunch of charms on it.
Donson said he wrote all the stories for the boxes, and that
Huh.
the stories and boxes were created together, so each box follows the theme of the story.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
But like I said, my first initial thought is that like, if you yourself want to start a curiosities collection, one or two of these boxes might be pretty good. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't want to put words in the Black Lily's mouth here, but I believe they are $25 plus $5 shipping and handling. But of course, contact them on Facebook or through the email we provided to get the actual verdicts. I mean, I'm not claiming to speak for them. This is really cool. And you know another thing, before the show, you were talking about D&D.
Yeah. I was thinking like if this.
Tell me this would not be like the coolest thing to like bring your dice, or if you have tokens, if you're like playing Warhammer or something.
Since it's a debit box, your dices that are being mean and not wanting to give you good rolls, dice jail.
A gigantic dice jail.
You put them in with the demon. Let the demon take care of it.
Yeah,
Whip them back into shape.
yeah, exactly. Hey, You spend a few hours in a box with a demon that's grouchy and wants to get out, you're probably not going to roll up a 1 anytime soon, I bet.
Yep.
And nobody else is going to have anything like this. So, I mean, what is it the kids call it? Drip? Drip these days? You want some drip at your D&D table? No one else is going to have these because each box is actually uniquely individual made. I guarantee Sean is like in the chat like, drip doesn't mean what you think it means or something like that.
Probably doesn't. We're old.
I know.
Yeah, I don't think it means what you think it means.
But
This is gonna go great with my great next to my what's that D&D character that's the shape of a chest, but like it's
Mimic?
yeah, it's gonna go good with that.
Yeah, you have a Mimic, don't you?
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
of the teeth have fallen out, but yeah.
See, I vaguely remember that. But no, these are really cool. And like I said, honestly, yeah, no, like everyone is unique, and I personally I love looking and being different when I'm at the tables, for games and stuff. I mean, you got to have that stand out.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then just like if you do use it for D&D and for your dices, you can again dice come out in many colors. You can go out, try to find a dice that matches the theme of the box too.
Okay, so I'm reading the chat here. There are only 6 available right now, so if you want to get one of these things, get into contact with them. And like I said, sorry if you're jealous, but each one is completely original, unique. There are no duplicates. This will be your cursed box. This is your demon. See, now we need to look him up and see if he's like a historical thing or something
Yeah,
that they
because some of
created.
those names did sound familiar.
Uto, O-U-T-U, U-T-U. I'm not sure how you'd pronounce that out loud, but yeah.
I would look it up for you, but I left my phone all the way.
Well,
over there.
fortunately, we have the bishop in the corner. I love you too, Mom. These are really freaking cool. Tell me this isn't cool.
Yeah, I was not expecting. I don't know what I was expecting inside, but it wasn't that. Especially rabbit's foot. That's the first time I've actually
Yeah.
have had one.
Huh?
Shamish?
Shamish?
Shamish.
Shamish?
What's
We
the
go with no. Utu.
Utu, destroyer of men.
Is this who
Shemesh?
they're talking about?
Shemesh. I think it's
Shemesh?
Shemesh.
But is this who...
I don't know. The letter said its name was Utu, destroyer of men, and it was apparently covered in armor decorated with stolen treasure that rattled. But no, these are really freaking cool, and there's business cards. Be really cool if we were heading to a
Convention.
A
here
convention.
In a couple of weeks, and we could just pass them out like with
Yeah.
everything else we do.
yeah. Wouldn't that be just serendipitous? But yeah, no. These are really freaking cool, and I feel kind of bad because I know I'm repeating myself, but it's like, you good?
Yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep.
Well, that's bad. But anyway, okay, no, Sean says that he was made up. He is a fictional character made for the box.
Oh.
Yeah, but like something like that, you can easily move it over into D&D. You become a warlock or
There you go.
a,
BFF demon.
or because you can be a paladin. Doesn't say it always has to be a good deity.
Yeah, that's not untrue. But anyway, so yeah, those are curse boxes from the Black Lily that you guys can check out on Facebook or contact them on Yahoo. There's only 6 current boxes in this generation left, so get one while you can. I absolutely recommend it, and I mean that sincerely. I'm not saying that because they affiliate with my mother and things like that. No, sincerely, these are really cool. Again, especially for like tabletop gaming, you can spend $30, a lot worse. These are pretty dang good.
Or
No.
you can send them to someone you know. Don't tell them what it is.
Oh my lack of a god! This is a great prank. I didn't even think of that.
Just send it to them. October's coming up. It's spooky season. Who's expecting a demon in a box? Nobody. Just send it over.
That's the oh my.
Let them open it up.
Remember, kids, you can send your friends demons for fun and profit.
But anyway, we're talking about witches tonight, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this. What is this Halloween witch? You know, where does it come from? Because witches span all through history, all through time. I'm gonna keep this ring on. I like this ring.
And through countries as well.
Yeah, all
Different
across
cultures.
different cultures. They're kind of like vampires and werewolves in that regard. They cross history, but there's a conspiracy because there's a change in the tone. The farther back you go, the less bad they are.
Yeah.
And we were kind of talking about that, how
Yeah.
like, because, you know, we're looking at these different witches and these creatures. We were talking about, I'm looking up these creatures, and the farther back you go, they're not so terrible, really.
No, 'cause
I mean, most of them are not good, I would say, but they're not these, like, agents of Satan who bake children into pies and crap like that.
Because if you go back towards when the Black Plague was being rampant,
The 1300s, yeah, that's where this whole Satan thing really started.
yeah, because
But, and we're gonna get to that.
okay,
Before that, you specifically had a cultural story. There's a specific
So-
one you wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna give you the floor here.
so in Hispanic culture, brujeria, witchcraft, is something that's rampant. It's not rampant, but it's something that everyone practices. It can be something small, something big.
It's very much a part of the culture in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah,
And this
it
isn't just
really is.
Mexico. We're talking
Um,
all the way down to South America.
Oh yeah, and even here in the States too, it's practiced here too. When I was a kid, I don't remember what was going on, but my mom took me to go see a witch doctor. This was up in Thornton, I believe. They had me wait outside the house. We were with some family friends. The adults went to go speak. We were outside playing around. After a period of time, they brought me in, and I was talking with this gentleman. We were sitting around the table. The room was dark. There was stuff all over. And again, mind you, this is when I was a kid, so memory ain't what it used to be. But I remember talking a lot, and then later that night, surrounded by candles, and then one of the things that's done in my Hispanic culture is they rub eggs around you, and that's supposed to take whatever bad spirit, whatever's attacking you, be taken into the egg, and then you put the egg in, I think it's holy water, and you just leave it in there, and it just stays. And then if you break it open, if it's normal, then you're good. And if it comes out black, there's something that was inside of you that was attaching you.
Yeah.
But mostly in Mexico and south over there, most witches aren't that famous. They're not named. They're not stuff like that.
They're
Except for one.
bruja.
Yeah.
They're referred to as bruja.
So there's una bruja y brujería. Bruja is witch. Brujería is witchcraft. But again, like most of them are, they don't allow you to record, so that way they don't spill out their secrets, because they're taught mouth to mouth. Teacher teaches you, and then you teach your student. It's not written down. It's taught.
Oral traditions.
Yep.
Oral traditions. Yeah. But there's one in particular that is
Yep.
actually famous.
And it's the reason why in Mexico they don't like owls. La Latusha.
La Latusha.
Yep. In English, it means owl. So she's the earliest story I was able to find was from the 1800s. So she's rarely new. I was able to find 3 stories. 2 of them sound ridiculous. The third one is a lot more real, more in line with the culture.
Right.
The first one is she was murdered by her drunk husband, and upon her death, she sold her soul to the devil, came back, and was able to take the form of an owl. And she seeks out revenge on her husband. It's not able to find him. The second one is she was hit by a car by a drunk driver, and she dies.
I'm noticing a trend. I'm sorry, but I noticed a trend
The
here.
alcohol.
Don't get drunk. You will accidentally create an agent of evil.
And she sells her soul, comes back, and she goes after intoxicated people. The third one, which I believe makes more sense, is as we were saying, witchcraft can be interpreted by many things. There's good witches, bad witches. She was a white witch. She helped. She healed. The villagers of the town started noticing kids go missing. They then figure out that the bruja in the village starts going over to the dark side. She's kidnapping these kids and sacrificing them for power. Well, they go up. They've had enough. They go to her cabin. They start calling her out. She comes out. Starts telling them to leave. Starts trying to do curses on them, and they cut her head off. Well, because of that, she comes back, and she's able to transform into an owl, take a hybrid form, or be herself. And she starts haunting everyone in the village. She starts going after the kids. It's also said that if you come in contact with one, that you and your family are going to have misfortune. There's also where they said you have to say certain prayers to get her to leave you, to go away. There's a story of a gentleman was working on his farm. He would always see owls flying around. He never paid them any mind. And then one night he's starting to make his way back to his house, and he gets attacked. Well, his dog sees what's going on, so his dog goes to defend him, and he's able to get out. As soon as the dog realizes that he's far enough to a safe distance, he goes after him. Well, the next morning he goes to go feed his dog, but his dog's not moving. And he goes to see what's wrong, and he realizes that his dog is dead. The injuries that he got were minor. He should have been able to been able to live, but the dog was dead, and the gentleman realized that it was a Latusha that was trying to attack him. The Latusha would mimic people's voices, like kids, to try to get adults to go see what's going on, and she'll take them. The way to get rid of her it's weird. It says that you throw certain prayers out, or you can use a gun.
I'm sorry. Is the answer get the gun? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. But the bullets have to have a cross
Etched on them?
etched on it. But I honestly think that's not true, because they'll even grab regular owls and just try to torture them until it says it's a witch. It came onto the news a few years ago, not that long ago, where these people had caught an owl and they were torturing it to show that it was a witch. And the owl lived. It got taken in by animal rescue.
I was going to say, one of the golden rules here is you don't hurt the animal.
Nope.
Don't hurt the animals.
But it's also starting to make its way into the south states. So it's starting to hit Texas. The stories are starting to be in Texas, whatnot. It's actually starting to become more of a cryptid than it is a witch.
And it's she has 3 forms, she says. She can look like a human.
and then
an owl, and then kind of a harpy
like an actual
hybrid thing.
Yeah. So she'll have like the beak, the black eyes. Her arms will be covered in feathers. She'll have the feet of an owl, and then that's supposed to bring misfortune to you, to your family, and it's just weird.
Yeah, this might be culturally inappropriate, but I have to say, kudos to the Hispanic culture. They just got a damn gun. For so long, we've always had this argument about, like, well, how do you know a vampire can't be killed with napalm or something like that? No one's tried. You guys apparently were like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, if we can shoot it, we're going to. But the other thing, too, is if you look at towards, like, the Aztecs and, like, the old civilizations up in Mexico, you can see artwork, carvings of, like, an owl person.
Yeah.
Where it has like the upper body of an owl and the feet of a person. So it's not just that; it's also other cultures where they see owls as creatures as misfortune and bad luck and stuff like that. Which sucks because owls are awesome creatures.
Yeah, I mean we love all animals around here.
But it also brings up the other thing where most witches are associated with a certain specific of animal.
Yeah. Some cultures have black cats. The owl is another common one. Crows and ravens. Oh, that's interesting.
What?
My sister's just commenting how there was apparently a pair of owls who have actually taken up residence in the tree behind their house. And there was a huge fire. Like, what, 1-2 days ago? What was that, Monday? That happened, Tara? There was a huge pasture fire on your farm?
There were some kids messing around on your farm.
No, it's even worse. It was a dumbass who was out in a pasture. This is in Texas, by the way. Dry Texas, in a grassy pasture, welding with a blowtorch in a dry, grassy pasture.
Is he retarded? It's an honest question, because come on! Who does that?
Oh, and there was another fire today, apparently. You might want to get rid of those owls.
I want to get some dogs so that way they can bark at the people to get them off the property.
They have dogs. What?
We have a couple owls out here too.
I've seen some owls that live up on the trail.
Oh, it's funny. I've never seen an owl like out in the wild.
I've seen a couple.
Like I've heard them.
I've seen exactly one.
I've seen several. They live on the trail just over yonder. But anyway, though,
if you look it up on TikTok, I find it hilarious. There's a video of an owl. It got into a Mexican church.
Oh no.
And it's up in the beams. So the people are freaking out because they think it's a witch. Because again.
Yeah.
So they start singing hymns. And the owl was just staring at him, and you just see it start bobbing its head. And it just
showed me that.
It starts vibing with the music. It's great.
Well, see, that's the funny thing is, like I said, the term witch is very strange. Because it can mean good, it can mean bad. Sometimes it's a little bit of both.
Sometimes you got to be careful because it's someone trying to pull off a con.
Yeah, charlatans. But anyway. But one of the ones that I wanted to talk about was yet another super old one. This thing, I couldn't find where it comes from. Like, in terms of a date. It's an old Slavic legend. And again, we're doing this to put together what is the modern Halloween witch. You know, she's got the big cauldron, she's, cooking children and stuff like that. Well, I think I found the origin of that cauldron thing. That's a Slavic creature, which is, by the way, am I the one who thinks Slavic is just too fun of a word to say? Say it. It's fun to say. Slavic.
I think a place of shenanigans and tomfooleries.
I mean, it's a fancy way to say Scandinavian. But either way, Slavic. I love that word. That's like how you want to describe your food. So how are those potato wedges? They're Slavic. Don't look at me like that. Anyway, though, of course, everyone knows who I'm talking about right now. I'm sure that they're saying it in the chat. Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is probably one of the oldest legends in the book, and I've heard some people make the argument she might be the original witch.
And a lot more famous. She's a lot in modern media.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. So what the hell Baba Yaga is she's described as an old woman who lives out in the woods, and she rides around in a flying mortar and pestle, which is kind of like a super tiny cauldron thing. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm seeing the connection there. Anyway, now, here's the thing that's interesting about Baba Yaga. There are stories of her being evil and taking children and kidnapping them and turning them into food. There are stories of her actually helping people who are like lost in her woods and things like that. Now, what's interesting is that there's not just one Baba Yaga. There's three. There's always three. Three sisters. They all call themselves Baba Yaga because if you know their real name, they have to serve you as a slave.
If I can point something out about that really quick.
What? What part?
The reason why there's three is because in any sort of magical anything, 3 is an insanely powerful number.
3 always does kind of come up a lot.
And that's like Celtic magic. That's like Slavic. Anything like that. It even comes up in Christianity too.
The mark
you have
of the
something
beast.
like the Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity. Yeah. 3 is always.
3 is a very, very powerful number because it represents basically a balance.
Yeah.
Odd numbers in general, actually.
Yeah, but no, yeah, that's very, yeah. 3 is always kind of a powerful number. But anyway, they call themselves Baba Yaga because if you know their real name, then they have to be your slave. Sounds kind of like a raw deal.
It kind of sounds like a demon because that's how they interact.
Well, names have power too. Yeah. But anyway, here's the interesting thing. Baba Yagas are mortal. They will grow old and die, and so they must perform a ritual to replace themselves. Every generation they will make themselves young and beautiful and go out and seduce a man, usually drunk, and they will get pregnant. Now here's the thing. They'll have children and then give those children to the men that they got drunk and slept with. And those children will grow up and one of them will give birth to 3 girls. That triplet team will become the next Baba Yagas.
So do their spirits just get taken or like their
No. When the triplets are born, the Baba Yagas come back and take the babies and raise them to become the next Baba Yaga.
Huh.
It's not a transformation, it's a replacement process. Which has got to be like the worst birthday ever you could imagine, right? You know? You're just like, welcome to the world. By the way, I'm going to turn you into an ancient forest witch. No, you don't get to choose. You're just coming with me.
You're a baby. You don't get to choose. You just get kidnapped.
Congratulations. You're now your own grandma.
Yeah, practically.
I feel bad that I didn't see that joke. So some Russian woodsmen are just like trying to fight off the Baba Yagas. They're like, "Comrade, are we really getting our butts kicked by people who are their own grandmas?"
Yeah.
Yeah. They talk about her in Russia too, all over Scandinavia, really. But like I said, she's not really good or evil. She's very dangerous. You don't want to. I guess because there's 3 of them. There's always 3. I've always wondered, because the legend says that there is always 3. But they're also mortal. They can be killed. If you kill one, do the other 2 die too? Because it says there has to be 3. There will always be 3 Baba Yaga.
I believe that they will start losing their power. They will be weakened.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. We have to test this. Get a gun. Get a gun and 2 tickets to Russia.
I do have a gun, but I don't have money for... We can't even go to Russia right now.
Curses! I was going to do an experiment for science.
Yeah, we show up to Russia. Oh, you Americans. Straight to jail.
Are you kidding, dude? we're going to have a knock on the door. Because I made a joke about going to Russia. I'm afraid to even look at the chat right now. There's just like, oh boy. Oh yes, thank you, Open Eyes. Another weird thing about Baba Yaga, her house is alive.
Yeah.
It walks around on like chicken legs or something like that.
Yeah. I think the best pop culture that did that was the last Hellboy movie.
I have not seen that one.
I liked it, but it did horrible in the box office. And most people didn't. I thought it was
The best cult classics usually do bomb.
yeah. So I thought it was good, but the way that they interpreted her in the movie was pretty good.
But yeah. So I don't know. I've always kind of wondered about the whole cauldron thing, and as far back as I can find, it's that weird mortar and pestle that Baba Yaga flies around on. Which, by the way, I have to say, that just doesn't sound like an efficient means of flying.
You have a house that can walk. Just stand there.
It's just,
I mean, I feel like it's better than the broomstick.
well, yeah, I suppose if you crash land,
it's kind
you're-
of like it's kind of like the sports coupe of flying home appliances.
You just go to the hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's. You
Hey.
go to Walmart for the cheap one.
real witches ride around on vacuums. If you get that reference, you're officially cool.
Oh man, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
You seen the picture?
That's one of my
the,
favorite films of all time. Like that movie, you should. Ask. I'll just say the name. You should absolutely be required to watch Hocus Pocus at least once in the month of October.
Have you seen the picture of the young witch that's riding around on a Roomba?
Yeah.
She passes by the other ones. She's like, "Okay, Boomer."
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like something Sean would say.
Were they going to be made?
They made a sequel, but it was like a mini movie thing for Disney Plus or some crap like that.
I don't have Disney. I refuse to give them any of my movie money.
Hey, fragging man.
But I'll borrow it from somebody else.
Well, see, my beef is like, Hocus Pocus doesn't need a sequel. It had a perfect ending. But anyway,
I would like to see a prequel of just the sisters.
when they were in the city, yeah, maybe.
Oh, not in the city, but like when before they got killed.
Yeah, before they were hung.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But since there's three of them, does that make them a Baba Yaga? Because they're sisters.
they don't
There's
call
three.
themselves Baba Yaga.
But
And they
there's
do
three.
use very strange means of flying. Because one had a mop, one had the vacuum, and one actually had a broom.
Well, let's be honest. That's what was in the closet. But still.
I think they were based more off of like the what is it, the Macbeth witches?
Oh. Yes. Toil, toil, boil, and trouble.
Okay, yeah.
Boil, toil, and trouble.
Something like that, yeah. The three that tell Macbeth he's an idiot.
Yep.
See, that's the secret. That's the real secret to witchcraft. It's not magic or potions or anything. It's just common sense.
That's why there was no Black Plague in their houses.
That's the real magic.
The real magic is knowing when someone is effing up. But actually, another witch that I kind of wanted to bring up, who actually also ties to Disney, is the infamous Sea Witch from the book The Little Sea Maid, which of course Disney took, butchered horribly, and turned into The Little Mermaid.
Say it, appropriated.
Appropriate, fine, whatever. I'm sorry, okay. Here's the thing that blew my mind. I actually really liked the character of Ursula. I thought she was a really fun villain. And then I actually read The Little Sea Maid, the book that it's all based off of, and the Sea Witch is the complete opposite. First of all, she's described as being a sea monster who lives out in a dangerous part of the ocean. But here's the funny thing. This poor woman goes... Well, woman. I'm not sure. It just says a sea monster and calls it a sea witch. They never specify it's a woman, actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, this creature goes out of its way multiple times to try and help this mermaid. First of all, warning her, just because you have legs, it doesn't mean that the prince is going to fall in love with you, and if you don't get him to fall in love with you by 3 days, then you'll die, and it'll be extremely painful to give you legs. which,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
has one of the most metal descriptions. Because in the book, it specifically describes the sea witch warns the mermaid, it will feel like having a sword run through you. When you walk, it'll be like broken glass beneath your skin. Tell me those aren't the lyrics to some kind of death metal song.
There probably are.
Kind of, yeah, I was gonna say it probably is at this point.
That's freaking metal! But anyway, here's the funny thing. Of course, as you know, spoiler warning, the story, the mermaid decides to have legs, and she goes on the land. Well, unfortunately,
She gets turned into sea foam.
it's actually interesting. So, turns out Princey Pooh is in an arranged marriage, even though he does indeed fall in love with the mermaid. But it's an arranged marriage. He has no choice. He has to marry this other woman. And so here's the thing that everyone leaves out of the story. Whenever people talk about this, they leave it out. The sea witch comes back to the mermaid and gives her a dagger and says, if you stab the prince's heart, you'll turn back into a mermaid and you'll be fine. But the mermaid says, I can't do that. I love him. No. True love is wanting someone else to be happy regardless of what happens to you. So she won't do it. She won't stab him. And because of this, after she turns into sea foam, her spirit gets carried up on the wind. And there's some weird stuff about how she goes on to help ships and sailors, and after 300 years, she'll earn a place in heaven. Because she didn't take the sea witch's offer. The sea witch handed her the knife, knowing she wouldn't do it, so she could prove that she deserved to go to heaven because she actually sincerely was in love. And all of this was done by the sea witch, who becomes Ursula in the Disneyfication of the film, which is like the complete opposite of the character.
Oh, come on, let's be honest. They ruined all of it.
They did.
Look at Peter Pan. In the original story, he's an evil McA-hole.
Evil McA-hole.
I can't cuss or it gets demonetized and whatnot.
Oh, we're not getting monetized. Are you joking? We dared to speak about... Oh, yeah, you'll make the bishop bleed.
My
If you...
ears will bleed if I hear any curse words.
Peter Pan's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, God, there...
Ow!
Oh, yep.
Well, I mean, even in the Disney version, he's kind
Kind of a prick.
Yeah, but like in the original, he actually goes out of his way to kill her brothers, I believe.
One of them, I think.
He pretty much traps the Lost Boys there.
Yep.
Captain Hook's trying to free them.
Captain Hook, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he originally a Lost Boy?
Yes, he was.
But he rebelled against Peter Pan, and that's why he actually cut his hand off?
Yep.
In Disney, they say it was a childish prank. A childish prank. You don't get to call it a childish prank when amputation is
You
involved.
get to smack the hell out of the kid if he does that, though.
Not with your left hand, apparently.
Oh, you grab it with your other hand and smack him that way. But again, like Disney takes, like they take the stories, they make it out to the audience, to modern time and whatnot. But again, at the same time, you lose the value of the story.
You lose a lot of what makes a story because
Yeah.
they don't really show what the stories were supposed to be, which was, morals.
Well, yeah,
that's
Peter-
that's what those stories originally were, is a way to instill different types of morals into the people they're telling the stories to.
Like,
Yeah.
listen to your elders.
Yeah, listen to your elders.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb. You can go back to the Little Mermaid. How the ultimate power is true love. Love is ultimately good. Love does not hurt people. I mean, she basically chose to. The mermaid literally chose for her to die instead of the prince to die, even though the prince couldn't be with her. A lot of people get it wrong and say the prince didn't care about her or whatever. No, he did. He did, but he was, because he's a prince. He has to marry.
Obligations to his people
Yeah.
and the kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, I'm sorry, Hungry. We were going to forge an alliance with you, but my son, he really fell for that mute chick that kind of limps around everywhere.
Yeah, and then that's when you start a war between both countries,
Mhm.
you lose more life,
And it just, yeah.
famine happens, taxes go up.
And don't get me started on the
On the
resale
orphans.
I was going to say the resale value of her properties, but yeah, orphans is a problem too, I guess. But it's funny that we bring up old moral stories. because the next thing we're going to be talking about here, and I think this is physically where we get witches from. The bent over old crone who wants to cook little kiddies in the pie and stuff. Why is it always pie?
Hansel and Gretel.
I was going to say, the Brothers Grimm. And I actually have some receipts for this one. The Brothers Grimm, they started publishing their works in 1812. Which is that simultaneously feels so recently and seems so long ago at the same time, doesn't it? But they had lots of witches in their stories. Usually they were described as being these old crones. The term hag basically comes from them, actually, if I'm not mistaken. That's one of the bishop's favorite insults, by the way. He's over there in the corner snickering. He loves calling people...
All that's picturing in my mind right now for the word hag is Boulder Gates 3.
No. This is a family show. We're not talking about that.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. I actually just bought it.
I'm waiting for it to come out on Xbox. It's supposed to come out sometime this year.
Yeah. But anyway, back to my point. Don't sleep with hags, okay? Anyway, though. Yeah, of course, probably the most famous of witches amongst the Brothers Grimm is, of course, Hansel and Gretel, the evil old witch who lived out in a house made out of gingerbread. By the way, I don't claim to be an engineer, but I have to say, that does not sound like a good material to build your house out. I get the
What happens
idea.
if it starts like a rainstorm?
It's magic.
It still brings up the question, sir.
Kind of like, hey, does a Glock work on a, what are they called? Bruja? No.
Yeah, that's true. A Glock.
I mean, someone had to think of it first.
I mean, I know I'm a little bit late to the party, but I've always wondered about the efficiency of an RPG against a werewolf.
Yeah. And then again, since it was the 1800s, it wouldn't be a Glock. It would be a
Flintlock pistol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would only get one shot.
Oh, assuming that the gun worked at all.
So we then drop the gunpowder, just fucking pulling the gun out of your holster.
Who thought that those things were good weapons? Like, seriously, hold on a moment, you knave. Let me just push down the powder
You know
here.
what's funny with those weapons? The only thing that's that the authorities take a look at is the gunpowder. Same with cannons. You can easily own a cannon. You don't even need a background check for it.
Nope, it's only considered a firearm if you have the gunpowder.
Nope.
Well, now I know what I'm getting the kobold for Christmas.
I want a cannon too.
I got you a destroyer
Okay,
of men.
yeah, that is true. But a cannon and you shoot out tacos.
The gingerbread house makes perfect sense because kids don't eat bricks. Open Eyes is contesting Sean for the title Lord of Chaos in the chat, apparently. Because what the hell are you smoking, kid?
What happens if the kid doesn't like sweets?
The witch is just like waiting for someone to come by. Oh, finally, something to eat. Yay. They walk by, it's like some diabetic guy wandering in the forest.
A kid with diabetes.
The witch is just like, I'm going to starve.
Just a snooty jogger runs by and just...
Oh!
No, a vegan. Runs by. Is that made out of animal products?
That is so inappropriate. She's inside casting some evil spell conjuring Utu, the destroyer of men or something. But that cake was made from cow's milk.
Vegan storms in, starts blah, 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 blah. I think at that point...
The witch is literally just like,
Excuse me, does this gingerbread house have gluten in it?
yes!
I think at that point the witch just becomes a good person.
We found the cure to the witch's curse. We found a use for vegans.
Feed to the witches.
They'll starve.
And I'm not talking about the pretentious ones, the ones that go out of their way and you can't do it. No.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the ones who treat it like it's a damn religion or something.
Yeah, that.
See, I'm fine if you want to go on a diet of some kind. I'm trying really hard and failing completely to do that keto diet thing. I like that. I say that, of course, yet you guys can't see it, but we have this huge taco spread actually for later tonight.
Keto is the one where you can't have any like bread products, right?
More or less, yeah.
More or less. It's a little more complicated than that, but anyway.
Yeah, my buddy takes chicken breasts, boils them, and then waits until they're cold. Takes a deli slicer, cuts them in half, and uses the chicken breast as the buns for his sandwiches. It's actually pretty good.
That sounds good.
Sounds pretty good.
But there is like a war raging in the chat right now.
Please tell me I caused it.
Everyone is just trying to say the most outlandish, dumb thing they can right now, apparently. Because we have Mr. Bishop pulling ahead. No, children don't eat bricks, but they will eat laundry soap.
That is true. It has been proven. It's been online. You can probably still find the videos.
Yeah. Oh, gee, I can just see that. The modern day Hansel and Gretel. It's a house with Tide Pods.
It's those the Tide Pod box, the one that's like the curve. It's that, and then the inside it's Tide Pods, Tide soaps, like a little laundry thingy right there.
There's a little.
It's actually literally just a laundromat. That's all it is.
There's a little bird bath with bleach in it. Anyway, though, getting back to the topic, the Brothers Grimm, they have a very big reoccurring theme with a lot of their stories, cannibalism, which is where we get the whole thing of, witches. They're always trying to stuff someone in their oven and, cook up the little children.
Methinks they had a complex.
Well, yeah, probably.
Well,
But that's like I said, that's a reoccurring theme with them.
That's one of the biggest taboos you can commit as a human being is eat the
Cannibalism.
flesh of,
Yeah.
because that's also one of the things that you that turns you into a Wendigo is eating the
Wendigos.
flesh of another man
Yep, Wendigos are another creature.
or person.
The big reason, supposedly the big reason people were fearful of the cynocephaly that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, they ate human flesh. They didn't consider it cannibalism to eat a human.
Well, when you're considered a different species, like it really isn't.
It technically isn't cannibalism. That's true. Some people try to tweak it to be cannibalism is eating an intelligent creature. So you're saying it'd be okay to eat a politician?
No. We don't want you to die. So
Yeah,
I
that-
wouldn't recommend it.
I'm
You don't know
pretty
where
sure-
you don't know where they've been, what's inside of them, what they've been inside of.
This is the.
You don't know if you cut into them and green ooze is gonna start coming out.
My goo. My precious goo.
Oh.
My bugs.
But
That's off work.
yeah, but yeah, and the witches are always like described as being like skinny and starving. Now, what's interesting is even in the Brothers Grimm, some of the stories weren't so evil. Some of them, it's kind of this weird witch is more like a placeholder for someone who can do magic. Which is why some people make the arguments, well, a witch is a girl and a warlock's a guy, or a guy magic user is a wizard. No.
Those are completely different.
These are all different things they're all different categories of the same thing overall, a magic user. But, yeah. So we have the skinny old woman who wants to cook up people. Usually they look very ugly. They're monstrous. My favorite Brothers Grimm story, partly because nobody ever knows this one, is I believe her name was like Moma Hapa. I think is watch me getting it completely wrong, but she was actually a beautiful woman, and that was kind of the problem because she had all these suitors coming to her all the time. Every guy wanted to marry her, and the problem was she was like, well, okay, I'm beautiful now. How are you going to feel about me in like 15 years? So she actually goes to a witch, and it's like, help me. I want a man to love me. And so the witch was like, I got you, fam. Turned her green, gave her humongous teeth that she couldn't close her mouth, and made her bent and hunched over like a fetus. So scrunched up like a shrimp or something. I don't know. And the witch said, now, go talk to your suitors. If any of them still say they love you, then that's true love. And the funny story is that she actually did. She did find a suitor who was like, are you okay? I think we need to take you to a doctor. That looks infected. He was like concerned for her, but he still was in love with her. And so they went back to the witch, and the witch turned her back because she didn't need to be ugly anymore. But that's probably one of my favorites. Is like, don't worry, I'll help you, my pretty, by making you not pretty. Which
hopefully they don't kill you when you go back into town.
See, me personally, the description of teeth too big for her to close her mouth.
Well, how's she supposed to talk?
I talk without moving your mouth.
And then when you turned her green, all that popped into my head was Fiona.
See, I was going to say Shrek. Somewhere Smash Mouth is playing right now.
Oh, that dude passed away. So sad.
That is actually sad. That does suck. But, and it's funny actually that I bring up my pretties. I've heard a lot of people say that the witch, you know, I mean, the witch everyone pictures with Halloween is, of course, the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. Which, that movie could be an episode by itself. There are so many conspiracy theories and cursed legends about that movie. And half of them are about the poor witch.
Yeah.
She got everything bad that could happen to this poor woman. By the way, she wasn't even an actress. She was a substitute teacher. And if I recall correctly, the reason that they had the green makeup and the big prosthetic nose and stuff like that on her was because she actually looked too pretty to be the bad witch.
Didn't she get a side effect because of the makeup, I believe?
It set on fire while she was wearing it. The big finale scene where she's melting, you know, oh, what a world, you know. That makeup got a little bit too close to that fire, and it was an oil-based makeup.
Yeah, they really didn't take care of things all that well back in the day.
No, they did not.
Because the Tin Man, they actually used lead paint for him.
Yep, he got very sick. But no. But that's kind of what people picture with the witch, is the Wicked Witch of the West. And again, it's so sad because that poor actress, shocking warning, she never acted again after that. Not because she was permanently scarred. She actually managed to get the fire out. She didn't receive permanent damage. Though she did go to the hospital. I want to say she had, like, 2nd-degree burns? Well, I mean, you would, of all people, would know.
Look it up.
Yeah, look it up real quick. I know she was burned.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
She was burned, yeah, and they say it was because
I know that they say in one of the frames when they're walking down the thing with a tree in the back, there was someone that was
the emu.
hanging.
Yeah, they say it was it looks like a munchkin hung himself. Third. Ooh, that's like
That's even worse.
that's like permanent damage, isn't it? You
need,
would
like,
know this, Dr. Kobold.
Think you'll need skin grafts for that.
3rd-degree burns. That's permanent damage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's close to being down to the bone.
God, that poor
There
woman.
are 4th-degree burns,
I've never heard of anyone
in
getting 4th.
which the bone actually gets seared as well.
Ow.
Yeah.
Sick burn, yo.
I think she was on Sesame Street, and I think that episode got banned because of how scary she was.
Yeah, here's a picture of her with hospice garage.
So if I remember correctly, they had to pull during the pilot. They had to pull that episode because it scared the kids too much.
I feel bad because like every story I've heard, she was the nicest lady. Mr. Bishop is saying that she actually did do coffee commercials before being the witch.
She was on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where she explained to the kids it was only a role in 1975.
Because I think it was giving her problems too, like outside of the movie.
That movie was cursed, like sincerely.
There are a few movies where you like that are cursed. What's the other one? The Poltergeist?
Poltergeist, yeah, where they used real human bones.
All of them were cursed, I believe.
A lot of people say that the Dark Knight they said was cursed. The one with Ledger.
Yeah, Dark Knight.
But anyway, you know what I love is that like I'm barely reading my notes at all. 90% of this has just been me throwing out comments and just hoping one of you guys picks it up and carries with me. It's kind of fun doing it as a little council committee thing.
I could do this more often when I don't got plans on Wednesdays.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I personally like having you guys here. But oh, my sister actually said she saw that episode with Mr. Rogers.
I know there was an episode that was banned. Not Rogers, but I know there was like a few episodes with Sesame Street that were banned, and I think she was one of them because just because she scared the kids too much.
See, that sucks. Because again, like I said, everything I've heard about her, she was the nicest woman that you could meet. I don't even remember. I can't even remember her name off the top of my head.
Oh, I just saw it.
I was gonna say, who was it that played Margaret Hamilton?
It's like I should just know that without even looking, but yeah.
That was my great aunt Leah's favorite movie. She loved that movie so much.
You know what? I actually don't like that movie, to be honest. I've seen it, it's just not my cup of tea.
It's not terrible. But anyway, so I mentioned that there's a conspiracy. And we're getting kind of later into the show. So I'm going to let's go ahead and talk about this. There's a conspiracy because in modern Halloween, I know, right? Me saying there's a conspiracy. Get your tinfoil hats, kiddies.
I don't have one.
We made a bunch.
Conspiracy is only a theory until you can prove it that it's true.
I think we baked chicken at them a few days later.
So, a big thing that they associate with witches is that they're servants of the devil, they're servants of Satan, they sell their souls and stuff like that. What was her name?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I completely forgot.
The Mexican witch. There are some stories where she sold her soul. The owl. Her name translates to the owl.
We're just gonna call her Owl because my brain just went.
Don't ever let anyone accuse us of needing a writer for this show.
I did say that my memory ain't what it used to be.
You're younger than me. Don't say that.
That doesn't change anything. Technically speaking, Alzheimer's is hitting younger people nowadays a lot more than it used to.
On that depressing note, anyway, what do you say we talk about the most depressing topic you could think of when it comes to witches? The Salem witch trials. This is the origin of the evil witch. So, and here's the funny story. Spoiler warning, it's all the French's fault.
When isn't it the French's fault?
So, here's the thing.
What are the comments saying?
Why? Okay, so explain why. So, here's the problem. To understand the Salem witch trial, we have to actually go slightly before them. In 1960. Yeah, 1960. So, you have the colony, which is where Salem is, controlled by the English, or the British. Yeah, British, excuse me. Because apparently they actually are different, and if you say them, mix them together, somebody will actually hurt you. Anyway.
I won't.
Well, here's the thing. Just up north, you have modern-day Canada, where there are French colonies. So, because they're the French, and they cannot do anything without causing trouble, these Canadian, well, I guess they weren't Canadian, they were French colonies actually went down south and raided into the British colonies. Salem was actually hit pretty hard. Now, here's the problem. I'm just going to call it out. The Europeans were not good at naval travel. I mean, we had a lot of great pirates and stuff. Yeah, that's cool. But really, a lot of European countries, especially the French, were very lackadaisical in their hygiene. And because of these raids, the colony of Massachusetts, I actually said it right, I think. I always joke and call it Massive Two Shits, but either way, Massachusetts was raided, and the colonies were exposed to a plague that the French brought over. This plague was particularly potent at attacking children and caused fits and seizures. Now, when I looked it up, I couldn't find if it was actually a deadly plague or if it was just
Well, let's be
seizures
honest.
and fits.
Back in the day, anything would be deadly.
In Salem?
Yeah.
There's a lot of theories that it was ergo poisoning
Ergo.
from rye.
I am not familiar with that.
Yeah, because it was.
Mold.
Yeah, it was. Rye was used a lot to make like different alcohols back in the day, and ergo is, if I remember correctly, it's a kind of fungus that causes like really, really nasty hallucinations and seizures.
Well,
The LSD fungus.
Huh?
The LSD fungus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
but anyway.
Fun one.
Anyway, though. So there's this weird plague spreading through. I think I actually got the date wrong. Yeah, it was I think I wrote it down wrong. It was 1692. Check it real quick. Let's see
That's why you were shaking your head, weren't you? I
You
know
said
something.
1960.
Did I
know
say
something wasn't-
1960?
Yeah, you did.
My
And then
bad.
in my mind, because I just saw Rob Zombie. My mind was
Oh.
1965.
Yeah, no, hold on. I think I did get the dates wrong when I was writing it down.
By the way, if you have not seen Alice Cooper or Rob Zombie live, you are missing out. Alice Cooper puts a phenomenal show.
I like Cooper.
He puts a really good show on. Like,
When was it? Because I think I'm.
What am I looking at?
When was the Salem witch trial?
1692.
Okay, 1692. Okay,
1693.
yeah, it was only about a little over a year actually. But anyway, my point is, yes, it was 1690. I got the numbers mixed up when I was taking my notes. 1690.
dyslexia.
Basically, this plague was spread, and there's the problem with the fungi that was in the alcohol. A lot of people also attribute it to because of the raids from the French colonies up north. So everybody, real quick, thank your local Frenchmen.
Take a damn bath.
Anyway, and wash your hands. Anyway, though. So here's the problem. They can't explain these fits and these seizures that are mostly attacking children. And here's the problem. You have a colony with a very localized government, and people want answers. But one, they don't even have the means to study this and know what it is. Like, I mean, people really take things like the magnifying glass or the what are they called? Microscope. People take things like microscopes and stuff for granted. It's like these were not things readily accessible.
Oh no! Back in the day, if you couldn't explain what it was the
Magic.
magic,
Devil.
bad spirits.
Yeah.
If you couldn't explain it in any type of way, it was magic, or you pissed someone off and they put a curse on you.
Exactly. Yeah. There was no other explanation.
Or there was a witch in the colony.
Well, here's the thing, because I want you to think about how bad the Salem witch trials were. You got it in your head? Okay, you're wrong. It was so much worse than you're thinking. So, the colony was actually controlled by a guy who held the rank of, they called him governor. He was governor, I think it's pronounced Phelp. Or Philip. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Phelp or Philip, but either way. Now, this guy, out of the blue, just says, it must be witches who are making pacts with the devil. Which is weird, because everybody was just like,
The deuce are you talking about?
what? What? So he, without any kind of approval or anything. He had created this special court specifically for the purpose of interrogating and persecuting anyone that was found guilty, could be suspected of witchcraft.
In other words, people he didn't like or people who wronged him.
It gets so much worse. Like I said,
Or his mistress.
Anyway, now here's the thing. The really unique thing about this special court was that it was able to accept intangible evidence, meaning dreams. If you had a dream about somebody, that counted as evidence that they could be a witch. If you got a bad feeling when you went by their home, evidence of a witch, clearly.
Oh my god, I'm hitting puberty and I'm having a wet dream. That's witchcraft. That's not me. No.
No, it wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
I pray when I need to. I go to church every Sunday.
We both. That's a damn lie.
Man,
that's such a bad lie. That's a statistic.
Yeah, I haven't been to church in who knows how long.
Anyway, though, this all started with 3 women, who were single, by the way, that were interrogated by this special court. Now, the first 2, I want to point out, they were interrogated in private. What actually went on in this meeting between these first 3 women and the special court, we to this day do not know.
All right, let's be honest. They said interrogation, but that is more like torture.
Most likely torture. 2 of them denied doing anything kind of witchcrafty at all. They swore up and down that they were innocent and they were pure and all that stuff. The third one confessed that she had had a dream. And get ready, because this one is weird. She claimed that in her dream, a man dressed in black with snow white hair, who was walking a black dog with a yellow bird on his shoulder and a red cat in his other arm, walked up to her and asked her to sign his book. She agreed, and she asked him why he was taking signatures. And he said, "Because I'm the devil, and I am here to kill the Puritans." Why the hell the devil would need an autograph, I don't know. Also, what the hell? Yellow bird. He had Tweety? Tweety bird is satanic? We've been betrayed!
Hey man, don't speak to the cops unless your lawyer is there.
Could have been a dog.
Could have been a dog.
But now I want a red cat.
But no. And here we go, boys and girls. This is the kickoff. Suddenly, all kinds of people all across the board are being accused of witchcraft and all these things. And here's the thing that it gets into conspiracy territory, because everyone always says, well, it was the Christians. The Christians were burning witches and stuff like that. Well, first of all, no. There were no burnings in the Salem witch trials. They were all hung. And secondly, the champion who came to actually defend the accused was Minister Cotton Mather, who was kind of the spiritual authority there. He actually denounced the whole special trial. And it's funny because he actually kind of got in trouble himself, because he challenged the court and they were like, "So are you saying, you, a man of the cloth, you're saying witches don't exist?" And he kind of screwed up here. He said, "Well, no, witches are mentioned in the Bible, so they must be real." And the church, the special court was like, "Aha! So you agree that it's witches entering into deals with the devil?" And he was like, "That's not what I said. I just said that witches are real. What the heck? What?" But he actually came to defend a lot of them. There were 200 people accused, by the way, in this time span. And what's funny is that some of them, they worked out this little trick. They would say, "Yes, I admitted I committed witchcraft." And then Minister Mather would come in, Nope, you can't touch them. They did confessional with me. They are repentant. You cannot punish them. They repent. Nope, Jesus said so. Jesus?
I did say so. They're good.
Oh, sorry. Jesus said they repented. You can't touch them, even though they said guilty.
They gave me this nice wine.
Man, you drink that so much, it's like it's your blood or something. Anyway, though, and like I said, he actually
they see drinking as bad.
he jumped through hoops to try and defend these people. His son actually got arrested because he accused the Governor Phelps, and the special court of being the actual Satanists, claiming that they were using the whole killing witches as an excuse to do satanic human sacrifice. Because you can't just hang a witch. You have to hang them on holy ground.
Yeah. I'll admit this much. They do a bunch of fucked up shit. But that being said, if it doesn't fall under their guidelines, and if it's not done on the right way, they will call you out on it, and they'll say it's not, and they'll go whatever means necessary to make sure it's done properly or keep you from doing it.
Yeah, but anyway, his Cotton's son got arrested. He was arrested because he was literally accusing the governor of himself being a Satanist. For inciting a riot. They claimed that he was trying to incite a riot when he said, "This is not okay. This is satanic."
Let's be honest, they do that now when you call people on their BS. Oh, you're trying to start a problem.
Oh, you're problematic. I love that line because it just sounds so dumb. Anyway, though, and unfortunately, despite Minister Martha's best efforts, say that 10 times fast. Minister Martha's best efforts.
Sounds like an album.
Yeah?
Sounds like a pretty good...
19 people were found guilty of witchcraft and hung. One, a man, was actually...
stoned, I believe?
Yeah, I've heard a few things. He was stoned, he was buried alive, but he was killed that way because he actually refused to cooperate with the court. They were like...
it was it was the dude that was pressed.
Pressed.
Yeah,
they were trying to get him to confess under torture, and he only said to keep adding more and more stones on.
Yeah, because they had him laying down, then they had a platform on top of him.
The balls.
And then they put stones on top, and then the other one was, if you drown, you're okay, but if you live, you were a witch.
Yeah, witches float in water, which I don't.
How are you supposed to float when they put you inside of a freaking cage?
They tie you to a chair or something like that. Yeah.
No, it was a cage.
Was it a cage?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, either way. Anyway.
And they dunked the whole cage underwater.
5 more people died in jail while they were awaiting trial under mysterious circumstances, and we're not going to ask why. Anyway.
Epstein?
Didn't kill himself. Anyway. So tragically, a whole 25 people died. And what's funny is the only reason the trial stopped was because Governor Phelps' wife started asking questions. She got nosy about this whole trial thing, and suddenly, son of a gun, you won't believe it, we got all the witches. We can disband the special court, everything's
How many of them
good.
were you sleeping with, honey?
That's where we get into the tinfoil hat time, because here's an odd coincidence about almost everyone who was accused.
Well, they were all women?
No, there were men, but they were all single. And almost all of them had stories about them being promiscuous, which is to say they were easy. The conspiracy theory goes that Phelps was an adulterer. And he saw an opportunity, because everyone's scared of witches because there's this plague going around. And no one knows why, and they can't give an answer. And again, the answer, if you don't know, is automatically magic or the devil. So he saw an opportunity. He created this whole setup of hunting witches, witch trials, to get rid of hookers that he had been having affairs with.
I was about to say he started the first orgy party.
He might have. He was, again, and for the record, this is conspiracy theory stuff. This is, the state of Massachusetts denies this. They say, no, they just thought they were witches, and so they executed them. By the way, it was only last year, 2022, that the state of Massachusetts got off its ass and actually exonerated the people who stood trial.
Yeah,
It wasn't until last year that they set the record straight and said, no, these people were not doing anything wrong. They were accused by, let's be honest here, a corrupt governor. You know, and again, everything points back to they were killing prostitutes. They were killing people who had ties to them being adulterers.
Yeah,
And-
I don't know when that started being like a bad thing. Because let's be honest, that type of work has been around forever.
Mr. Bishop,
One of the world's oldest professions.
Yeah.
every time we mention hookers and prostitutes and stuff, Mr. Bishop just has to chime in with that comment. Oldest profession in the
It
world.
really is. It's always seen as something bad or taboo.
See, me personally, if everyone's consenting,
It's fun.
it's none of my business.
No. it's
Now,
fun.
that being said, I'm not going to go out and buy a prostitute. But
It's okay. I'll get you one.
if
Might
everyone's
get
consenting... Coot? Yeah, let's just call them cooties. Meanwhile, we've been digging at Disney, mentioning Epstein, but don't you dare mention what cooties is code for. Anyway, I was just waiting for one of them to shout obscenities. Mr. Bishop's like, yes, it is. I knew it. I was waiting for him. But, yeah. All that mess started because of the French exposing the colony to this, I guess it was a fungus?
Some sort of mold, yeah.
Some kind of mold. So, everybody, thank the French. Thanks, France.
Take a breath.
Would that help with the mold?
No, at that point you have to get rid of.
Yeah, you have to, like,
You have like.
mold
So
has to be extracted.
it has to be removed. So whatever is. So let's say there's mold in the drywall.
The drywall
that
has to
drywall has to be removed if it's attached to, if it's gone into the beams, the 4x4. You'll set it down after you hit it with air, so that way it can dry properly, and then you remove it.
Real quick. Open Eyes. This is farther up in the chat, but I... that man invented proto-Twitter!
Yep, yeah, he did.
That's what I'm going to call the special court now. It was proto-Twitter.
It was Twitter before Twitter was a thing.
But, so that's really where the whole witches are evil agents of Satan and stuff like that. Because again, hell, that's the funny thing. Even, probably one of the most famous witches of all, who's mentioned in the friggin' Bible, there's no mention of her entering into a pact with the devil. The Witch of Endor, who actually was a advisor to multiple kings of Israel.
To be honest, witches are more of people who actually know
Magic.
How,
Yeah.
well, they know how to use plants, certain remedies, how to actually properly use them in a
They're
And I-
basically like the ancient version of like doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, herbalists, things like that. That's going more into like the European territory where you have like the Druids and the Wiccas and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, no, this whole Satan witch thing, it was made up by a friggin' dude trying to get out of trouble for having an affair. It was so much.
The oldest story in time. No, honey, it wasn't me. I was intoxicated. It's not my fault.
It was the witch. It was Satan. It was the devil.
There was a voice in my head that told me it was okay to do it. Jesus said it was fine.
Meanwhile, Minister Martha's like, no, he did not. I have him on speed dial. Even before phones were invented. Yeah, the phone wasn't around then yet. What? Hell, the telegraph
I know he
wasn't.
doesn't. He's not gonna let me.
Well, he's a few hundred years old. I'm pretty sure he's gone. I'm pretty sure he's
probably,
dead now.
He's probably in hell with Satan taking pineapples up the butt. And if you
Phelps,
don't get
Governor
that-
Phelps, yeah.
And if you don't know where I got that from, then you're missing out on
Well, if
movie
you weren't
culture.
demonetized before.
We are now.
But
I'm gonna watch that movie when I get home tonight.
anyway, though, so I mentioned that witches are a touchy thing, and I wanted to lighten the mood up by talking about food, because witches are always cooking stuff in their cauldrons and in the ovens and things. So I wanted the excuse to talk about food too.
Yeah, except we're not eating kids.
No, Absolutely not. Why would you even bring that up, Lawrence?
Because we're talking about witches and witches eat children.
Well, they also turn children into newts and frogs and stuff like that. You don't see us
She
bring
turned me into a newt.
a newt?
Well, they got better.
If you don't get that reference, get out of my chat. Sean's just gonna be sitting there. What does this old man speak? To be fair, I have not seen that movie in a long. That was.
I got a bumper sticker. I'm just waiting to pin my. Like,
That was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grail. That was the Holy Grail. Okay.
I also got the one where your mother was a hamster.
And
And
your
you're-
father smelled of elderberries. Now go away before I insult you a second time.
I got that as a bumper sticker. I just gotta take my car to go get detailed, and it's going on there.
Anyway, though, boy, this has been the most disjointed episode ever, but it's been also a lot of fun, I think, actually.
You're welcome.
I love having you guys here, sincerely.
Sean.
Oh, Sean actually got the references. Nice. But anyway, so what we have here to round out the show with some cooking is we got hot sauces and tacos made by our dear Kobold's Corner. And yeah, we're gonna go behind the curtain first. Oh yeah. Well, no, we'll show them when we're all ready. Choopy, you want to go ahead and Choopy? What's wrong with you, Choopy? You okay over there, buddy? Oh God! Oh no! Oh no! Again! Here, hold on the glutton for me. Choopy! Choopy! A witch turned him into a newt! Oh, I told you not to make fun of how big that witch's cauldron was. Oh no! We gotta fix this. Jesus!
What?
Lay hands on him. Bishop, get us behind the curtain here. This is. Oh no. Hey everybody! Oh boy, were we live?
Yeah.
Cool. Can you guys walk real quick?
So we are making tacos real quick before we try these hot sauces. Oh boy.
We're back, boys and girls. We have tacos made by DJ Scraps. Did you miss us as we sit here and parade this wonderful food that you're not getting any of? Oh, guys, I'm sad to say that because Choopy has been turned into a newt, hopefully
Best
he'll.
thing ever.
Well, no. Sean has lost a game of Fortnite.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, though, so we have hot sauce.
I'm reading the ingredients.
So we got 3 hot sauces here.
And we're all just gonna cram on the couch.
Yeah, get your butts over here. What the hell? I figured the Cobalt would actually sit down here like he normally does. Yeah, we're gonna need a yeah.
Let's move this guy out of the way then.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep both of them. Whoa, mama.
My hentai bottle. I mean my anime bottle. You know what's funny is I don't like The Office, but I still quoted it earlier.
Anyway, come on over, buddy.
It's a very quotable show.
It is.
It really is.
Whoa. The Bishop, everyone. Hey, we're like that one poster for that one song.
Oh yeah. More specific, which one?
I was gonna
That
say.
one.
Bohemian Rhapsody? Anyway, though. So, hot
Yeah,
sauces.
that's
Ready,
right.
boys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have 2 that are actually from the same people who made the Exceedum. Hold on. There we go. The first one... Well, actually, which one do you guys want to try first?
Let's do that truffle one because I think that's gonna be the least
Yeah,
spicy.
So this is Truffle Hound from Seed Ranch. Not sponsored, by the way.
Actually, you know, I don't remember if I saw truffles in the ingredients or not. You want to check again?
I think it might just be called like that for the hound. I don't know.
You will all be happy to know that it is indeed gluten-free and vegan.
I'm disappointed now.
You mentioned having a knife, didn't you?
Over there. Now.
No, never mind.
So
I was saying we might need one for opening
Yeah,
some of
it's right
these.
here. It's in the shape of a gun.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm opening it.
I brought the knife out.
I got this one. I'm just saying, have it ready. Oh,
That bad, huh?
oh, that is gonna curl your hair.
Whew, that is strong.
That is sour.
This is aromatic.
This little bottle was also $13. How much were the other 2? Those were about like 8, right?
I think they're usually about
8 or 9.
Oh, it does have truffles.
Make sure everybody in the chat, you guys can hear them, right?
It has truffle juice and some
Oh, hi.
truffles. Natural truffle flour?
Yeah, they.
Everything
yeah,
seems.
picked up.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Alrighty, and we're gonna try these on those potato wedges. So.
Yeah, I air fried potato wedges. They're delicious.
Yeah, I trusted him with an air fryer.
Oh, I can smell that.
No.
Here.
My parents trust me with an air fryer. You just tolerate it.
I'm less disappointed it actually does have truffles in it.
That actually does not smell bad. I'm gonna be
Smells
honest.
kind of sour to me, but anyway.
Who's Sprite? Your Sprite?
That's
No,
mine.
bear spray.
Okay. And put it over here.
Shake it
I
up.
will- I will knock that over.
With my finger on the cap, so I don't like. And I have.
Glasses to protect his eyes.
Yeah.
I know he has to wear safety goggles now.
What happened?
Oh, you didn't see the first time that we did a hot sauce tasting?
No.
He gave
Ah.
himself a facial.
The first hot sauce
I'm
tasting
gonna-
we did, it was like the 4th episode if you want to look it up. I accidentally unscrewed the cap just enough as I was opening the hot sauce bottle and started shaking it. And the cap came off right in my eye.
Everywhere.
It's a good one.
Anyway, though. Yeah. Here's a potato for you.
Thank you.
I'm
The cap's loose. Take that. It's just kind of here. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, it comes out kind of fast.
See, that smells really good.
It really does.
Here you go, my friend.
And I'm not really the biggest fan of truffles, but
This will be my first time trying something with truffle.
Truffles don't taste like anything to me.
and that's when we found out that
Jesus is
was
allergic to truffles.
allergic to truffles.
This is how we find out emergency. If I do have to go to the emergency room, we're driving. I'm not fucking paying for a goddamn ambulance.
Yeah.
Your dad says smart on you to wear those glasses to protect your eyes this time. My sister says she is going to be sending us a jar of Mexican carrots and salsa.
Can you hand me the sauce?
Oh yeah.
Wait, we didn't all try it together?
We're about to try it together.
Silver just broke his.
No, I have mine right here.
Oh.
Oh.
You just broke the potato.
Ready, boys?
Dang, I took off my glasses and revealed my eyes.
Yeah, it's because like they've never seen you without sunglasses before.
Anyway.
All right.
Are you ready, boys?
Cheers.
One, wait.
Okay.
1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, that is vinegar.
That was
It
truffle.
really is.
That is vinegar and burning, kind of.
No, so far there's not much heat.
The thing that is about it is, yeah, it's vinegar. It's also really bitter.
I
Yeah,
can
that's-
mostly taste the vinegar. That's about it.
See, I taste truffle and vinegar and the ever so slightest heat.
I don't want that second one. I gotta say, I think this is probably my least favorite hot sauce I think I've ever had.
I've had worse, but it's not necessarily... I would not say it's worth $13.
I'm going to have a bite of taco now.
It says it has ghost peppers in it. I don't believe that.
See, I am detecting a little bit of heat, but it is seriously
I
like...
got a little bit of tang,
Not ghost pepper.
Well,
Not ghost pepper heat, though.
but that's about it.
Yeah? It was like this one real quick sting, and then it's just gone.
Bless you.
Human.
Yeah.
Oh, I sneezed. Must be a witch.
Witch!
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 Burn him at the stake.
Boom!
There you go.
Ah, thank you, sir.
That is a work utensil.
Sure thing.
Did you know
What that is a
That-
tasty taco.
these guys are actually one of the animals of Mexico? One of the national animals?
Oh, nice.
I
I knew
did
they
not
were
know that.
like southern equator.
This is... There you go, sir. This is excorium. Excorium. That doesn't sound good. That's not fun to say at all. That's like the opposite of Slavic.
And on the cover it has a purple three-headed dog.
Purposubris.
And it's a verde sauce. This is one I'm actually most excited for because I like verde sauces.
What's
the
the
next
first ingredient on it? Back, over, other way. Keep going.
You can do it.
Right,
You can do it.
Right
There you
there.
go.
Little white words at the bottom. Above
Fire
the marker.
roasted tomato.
Disappointing.
Were you looking for tomatillos or
No,
jalapenos?
I prefer my hot sauces for like the first ingredients to be the.
It
pepper.
includes jalapeno, serrano, green habanero.
Habaneros.
Sure.
Habanero.
Let's see. Fire roasted tomatillo, fire roasted jalapeno, distilled water, pepper blend. So it's Serrano, Carolina Reaper, green habanero, cayenne, Trinidad scorpion, and 7 pot peppers.
Ooh.
That's what you said you were getting, the scorpions?
Yeah. So
Well,
a friend of mine,
You wanna open
her boss grows them, and I want some. So they're gonna give me some.
Take a sniff.
That smells good.
It does smell good. It smells like an actual verde sauce.
Yeah, that comes out pretty quick.
See, this is the one that... Thank you.
I need more potatoes.
Turn around. Turn around.
I did
Oh.
not mean to.
What did you do?
There you
There
go.
was a piece of cheese on my potato. I tried to flick it off.
And it went straight into your hair.
Let me just-
Sorry about that. Ooh, that smells good.
Here's the
Good
ketchup.
stuff.
Feel a little bit vinegary, but okay, yeah, I'm digging it.
See, I do like vinegar.
Tacos I've ever made.
I haven't taken a bite yet.
My taco's way over there, and I'm.
Everybody else is trying the hot sauces. I'm hungry. I have been waiting for these tacos for a minute now. So
I'm hungry too. Cobalt was actually cooking them during the entire show and setting down plates and stuff. You didn't really see it.
Yeah, as soon as you saw her send me a potato wedge, that's when the food was ready.
But anyway, are we ready, boys?
Yeah.
I got a little lump of something there.
1,
2.
3.
No, it's not that bad.
No, there's spice there.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely got that like sting to it that these guys kind of are known for, but it's not that bad.
It's actually pretty good. There's a little bit of heat on it. Better than the first one.
Yeah.
Oh. If it was diluted with something, like mixed into something, I think that could be good.
It's gonna be a good cooking sauce.
Yeah.
It's it's very peppery. For lack of better term, it's just like it's vegetal. it tastes like you would expect a verde sauce to taste, more or less.
It's kind of textbook, if you will.
Yeah.
Vinegary, a little spicy.
Definitely you can taste the tomatillos.
Yeah, not too bad, but yeah, there is spice. Could I get my Sprite, please?
What do you think?
Yep.
That's
That's good.
That's good.
It's good.
Actually, give me a ball.
Give me the bottle.
All right.
You want some more?
He ties up his hair so we don't get more cheese in it. I'm sorry.
You know what's funny is actually this is high praise from Jesus. Jesus is so snobby about
I
spicy
am not that snobby. I'm a bit snobby, but I'm not that bad.
He is to his food like I am to my music. Picky.
food. Snobby.
I refuse to eat a Taco Bell.
Anyway, this is
I
the-
will only go there to get the Baja Blast, and that is it.
You know, they sell those at Walmart now.
Yeah, I'm about to buy me a bottle and pay it.
All right. I can't even pronounce that. Can you pronounce it?
I was hoping you could pronounce it because I was reading it and I'm like, wait.
It's like ex Horesco or something like that. That is weird. Can you pronounce it?
Ex Horesco.
Something whores. Yeah, hold on.
No,
I
no,
have
this
glass in here. You can still open this one.
now this one has a Gorgon on it,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of fitting.
So what does it have in there?
Oh, this has a lot of stuff in it.
How are you guys doing in the chat, everybody? Enjoying the show? They're all like, you're not crying and screaming in pain.
7 pot Perone peppers, oak, aged apple, vinegar, something, juice, salt,
Something hookers.
something hookers.
See, this is the one that we're kind of worried about, like spice-wise.
I can smell the vinegar in it.
Yeah, that's a little worrying. So that's usually whenever you can just smell the vinegar in a hot sauce, that means that's basically all it's going to taste like.
Vinegar is very dangerous.
Vinegar and pain, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that is nothing but vinegar. Jeez.
Oh, mama.
That's slightly disappointing.
Ah.
Because we're gonna watch you eat
Woo.
that sauce.
No, that's like
See, that's the thing is, like, most people are quiet,
Putting it on my potato.
it's.
and I can only assume that's because they're all disappointed that we're not, like, writhing in agony again.
No, I think this one's going to actually be bad.
I can help with that one.
See, I owe it! I mean, my mouth actually is hurting still from that last one.
But that's not nearly as bad as some of the hot sauces we've gotten from Fuego Box. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
No, we've
Not
actually
yet.
not yet.
We've gotten some hot sauces from Fuego Box that have genuinely made Kristoff cry.
Yeah, we've gotten some pretty brutal ones from Fuego Box.
Hey, I'm still proud that I sent them back in time for a little bit.
My friends, everybody.
I think Bear needs a potato.
Yeah, I'm potatoless up here.
Here you go. Here you.
Now there's.
Don't put it back in the rest of the potatoes.
Which one was it?
It was that big one.
Are you guys ready?
Tainting my spuds.
No.
Oh, Sean was eating tacos earlier for dinner.
Nice.
Was it Taco Bell?
Were you eating Taco Bell?
Was it Taco Bell? Do we have to be disappointed in you?
Fucking knew it. I mean,
Hey.
Ready?
At least go to Del Taco. It's way better.
Oh, so much better. I love Del Taco.
1,
2,
2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh!
I was right. That's just vinegar.
Oh.
no, there's a burn that's creeping up on me.
That's a slow one.
That's a slow creeper.
That's the only thing I don't like about
Woo!
hot sauce.
Oh!
A lot of people that. Oh, by the way, there you go. He's suffering.
I can
Can you
taste
give her
the
the
heat.
milk and the glass?
No, yeah, there's heat there.
Yeah, there's plenty of heat. It's just the taste of vinegar just ruins it.
It does.
The green one was the best one.
Yep, I agree.
No, that's pain.
Oh, that hurts so much. Good boy.
What are you pointing at?
Thank you.
The fuck is that?
Oh no, he's speaking tongues. Witchcraft.
Brujeria!
No, that's actually pretty bad.
Bad tasting.
Bad tasting and it burns really bad. That hurts.
We got any more
Oh,
Coke?
man. I didn't realize my foot had fallen asleep.
You need more Coke?
I want some soda. I still can't use my water bottle.
Oh, yep, here they come. They're all laughing at me.
Oh, that sucks. What else are we supposed to laugh at?
Oh,
That sucks.
it does. It hurts.
If it's any consolation, my foot fell asleep.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, ha.
Oh,
yeah. Grab some spoons. 4 spoons.
That sucks.
Uh-huh.
It's a lingering. It's lingering.
I think that's the worst part about it is the fact that it's just sticking around.
Yeah, and then I like the part of the potato that had the hot sauce. I ate it on one side of my mouth,
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
so my right cheek, I can feel it there.
For me, it's the front roof of my mouth.
Did
So-
you know that your tongue doesn't rest at the bottom of your mouth? It rests on the top.
Yep.
So avoid resting your tongue at the moment, sir.
Okay.
Oh, it got all over my tongue.
So as soon as they stop suffering, I would like them to rate my salsa that I made. Right there.
The
It
DJ
is-
Scraps loves to concoct stuff in the kitchen.
I made it's a pineapple mango habanero salsa.
Taco. I like how 2 of us are just eating, enjoying the heat,
Yeah, two of us.
and the other 2 are suffering in pain.
Oh, that's fucking hot.
Use your words. English.
This bloody hurts. Pass me a water bottle.
I got a dog coming down on me.
Water.
No, hold on. I'm gonna show you something that actually helps. Here,
Alright, you're good.
take it. Eat that big glob right there.
No, I'm good. I got the Coke.
I actually feel like I'm gonna be nauseous.
That was bad.
That is terrible. It tastes awful.
Don't say that right after you eat my guac.
No, this crap. This is bad. It doesn't taste good. It hurts. It's not going away.
Yeah, it's not going away.
And we still have other things to taste.
See, yeah, I knew that one would be really spicy.
Got it on your pants.
Mm-hmm. That's a funny thing too. When I was pouring the potato, or on the potato, it got down my finger, but it's not burning my skin.
No,
No.
if it didn't have that that really strong vinegar taste, it would be good.
Yeah.
It was like a strong chili powder, only very painful with vinegar in it.
What's
That's
the
the best way to
unfortunate thing?
describe it.
It
My
just-
nose is running.
Where's it running to?
Is it Canada?
France.
No. In Mexico, I don't know what part it is because I honestly don't remember. There's a street. It's pretty much like a street market.
Give me that.
They sell. Each vendor is they do witchcraft. So they each sell different stuff at each store. Each store does different things. If you go in there with a camera to film everything, you can say goodbye to your camera and among any other money and possessions you have on you. Where this market is at, it's not in a safe spot. But you're able to go down there, and if you need certain things, or if you need to go get blessings or have something removed, or you go
with or without your consent.
Yep. Or you go there to go get blessed. You may or may not get blessed. You may have a curse put on you.
Or have something removed.
But it's a street in Mexico. It's a market. It's each vendor is a bruja. They all do different things.
It's like a black market.
Pretty much. But for witches.
Neat. Okay.
I
you
think
feeling?
I'm alive.
How you feeling?
My mouth hurts.
Someone make me a taco.
I've not even got mine.
Let's try this salsa, so we can wrap this bad boy up and put him in the can. Now you made this yourself.
Yep.
From scratch.
Yeah. Spent an
Tell us
hour.
about it.
Huh?
Tell us a bit about it.
It's just a tomato-based mango pineapple habanero salsa that I spent I spent an hour and a half cooking down on the stove under low heat to kind of meld all the flavors together.
That stuff is really terrible.
Don't point at my salsa and say
No, this.
Okay.
None of these
Ooh,
were particularly that grand, in my opinion.
I kind of liked the Cerberus one.
The Cerberus one I think would be good for cooking. I don't think it's really good as a hot sauce by itself.
The
I
truffle
kind of liked
hound.
the truffle. It
The
was
truffle hound
okay.
was like inoffensive,
Yeah.
but
I
I forgot we
bitter.
did that.
It was bitter to me.
there was some bitterness to it. Maybe that could be good with something. I don't know. But anyway, let's do this. I'm still in pain, by the way.
That vinegar one, if you make it something that can cut through like the vinegar taste, that'll be good.
Give me this little chunk of what is in this? Mango, you said?
And habaneros.
Mango, pineapple, habanero, tomatoes, cilantro, salt, pepper,
Sorry.
tiny bit of garlic, because I put garlic in everything.
I
Is this the
usually
way?
put like a lot of garlic in things.
See, all I smell is like pineapple and habanero.
See, this smells good to me. This smells like mango and fruit salsa.
So
But-
I haven't actually tried a spoonful of it yet. I just put it on my taco and I kind of melded with everything else, so I haven't gotten to try it myself. So,
Ready, guys?
Cheers.
1, 2, Jesus.
3.
3. This will sound weird for a salsa, but it's very juicy.
It's sweet.
Is that bad?
With some potato chips and one.
Potato chips.
It's actually pretty good.
That
It was
is
in the fridge, so it's nice and cold, which really helps with the pain on the roof of my mouth still.
Yeah. It does have a sting kick to it, but
Well, I
not
mean,
like that thing.
I mean, I did dice up habaneros, and I basically minced 3 habaneros and threw them in there and let them cook down for an hour. So it's nice and melded in.
We should get some dessert hot sauces next time.
Oh, dude, there's a hot sauce that I want to get from Fuego Box. It is a black cherry Carolina Reaper hot sauce and a balsamic vinaigrette.
I heard it goes good with ice cream.
Oh, dude, it's fantastic with ice cream. I've had it before.
But yeah, those were interesting. Boy, howdy though, my tongue hurts. Now I know how those witches that they burned at the stakes in the medieval ages felt. Good boogly. I actually think my tongue is kind of going numb.
That can happen.
Oh,
can definitely
that
happen.
is bad. It's not as painful as the Exceedum was, but
The old Exceedum.
yeah, the first time we tried Exceedum, whoa!
I'm gonna try not to kick
But anyway, just run by. They're gonna see you. Anyway,
A big blob of orange just went by.
hopefully we can get this curse lifted from poor Choopy by the time we get back next week.
No, he's gonna be like that forever and ever.
Well, he'll get better. He'll get better. I'm sure of it. Anyway, though. But, yeah. So that was kind of dipping our toes and talking about witches a bit. Once again, thank you to the Black Lily for those really cool boxes. And this. Did you see the ring?
Yeah, I saw the ring. It's pretty cool.
I like
I like that.
Yeah. Sus got a really cool one, too.
Yeah, he's out already.
But, so yeah, you can go check them out on Facebook or contact them directly with the email that we have.
Good thing you got the email, because some people don't have Facebook like me.
Yeah. And Facebook is just kind of wonky, honestly.
I
No,
don't
it's
care
not
for it no
Facebook
more.
anymore. It's Meta now.
It's a scam.
Whatever.
It's the second branch of the FBI.
What do you mean second? It's like the third or fourth. Meanwhile, the CIA is just knocking on the door. We heard what you said about Dr. Ishii. Come out! Yeah, I loved the story. You liked yours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, we're going to be continuing our celebration of the Halloween spirit next week by talking about horror movies and horror cinema.
Now, keep in mind, that's different from horror movies.
Would you please? Go somewhere in that general direction. I'll
No.
tell you
He
when
was
to
just making a good point. He
No,
was
I'm
stating
comfortable.
obvious.
Anyway, but I am, of course, the Prince of Darkness, Kristoff N. This is DJ Scraps from Kobold's Corner. The Bishop was over in the who's in the corner now,
Hi.
and of course our good buddy Jeebus.
Almost lost my haddle.
Very funny. Anyway, but we'll see you guys next week, and as always, keep checking the shadows.
Your best friend might be there.
Ow!
You got something on your head.